So North Carolina has canceled their elections. We all know about Miami. They postponed their elections for a year. Strange. But now North Carolina has canceled their elections. Straight out. They have been canceled, but nobody has told anybody. In multiple municipalities. Not all, multiple. But yeah, they passed a bill through, and people have not been talking about it, that they have started to cancel their elections in North Carolina. I got this from a person actually there that's been following the story, and they just sent it out to me saying, spread the word. They're trying to get rid of elections, guys. They're trying to get rid of elections. Just letting you know. I'll get with you in a bit.
So North Carolina is canceling some of its 2025 municipal elections. And as I said several times in the first video, the direct link to this piece of legislation is in my TikTok bio link tree, the very first one called HB3. It is now Senate Law 2025-13. It is linked in my TikTok link tree, and here are screenshots from this bill so you can see it yourself. It is only a 9-page bill, and I encourage you to go read it, because not only does it cancel some of the elections for 2025, when it does decide to hold these elections in 2026, there's some changes that are being made on local levels that require some of these positions to now be partisan where they were not previously. There are also changes like when terms will start and how many people will be appointed to these commissions and councils. These are things that we should be paying attention to, especially in a year where more people are taking to the streets, protesting and getting involved. It's interesting that they're choosing right now to make these changes and delay these elections. North Carolina in particular has seen a huge surge of unaffiliated voters, so isn't it a really convenient time to make sure that the candidates in our local elections have to be partisan and ultimately benefit the two parties that we are trying so hard to get away from? I encourage you to please go look at the link in my TikTok bio link tree, the very first one called HB3. It's a 9-page bill that goes through the changes that are happening in the North Carolina 2025 municipal elections. And please stay alert for other bills that may be going on that we're not aware of. I don't know why this isn't being reported on. I keep getting a lot of comments about that too. To my knowledge, Monroe City is one of the only places in North Carolina that has even talked about the changes in this legislation. So it's up to us. This is one of those points where the mainstream media is failing us. So we have to be vocal, we have to be loud, and we have to get this information out there. Please verify it, then share it.
Oh, nothing. I was just popping up on here to let y'all know that the city of Miami canceled their November elections and that the mayor and the city commissioners will get another year term. I repeat, the city of Miami canceled their November elections and are postponing them until 2026. They decided to move the election year from odd to even on an election year. Meanwhile, the city charter states that municipal elections take place in odd years, and charter changes requires voter approvals, although voters did not vote for this. So when folks keep talking about constitution and laws and order and decorum and all this other craziness, your literal rights are being stripped away right in front of you. And folks can call it fear mongering or whatever the top vocabulary word is for this week in TikTok, but you cannot deny what is happening in real time. So Miami's Republican mayor will get another year that the voters did not vote for.
Good afternoon. Commissioner Pardo, while I appreciate the effort at reform and I do support lifetime term limits in RE19, you should not unilaterally cancel this year's election and give yourselves an extra year in office per FR4. Commissioner Rosado, you were just campaigning, knocking on doors. You probably spoke to hundreds, if not thousands of voters, right? How many of them said to you the very first thing you should do on your very first meeting is to cancel the election and extend your own term a year longer than we're electing for? I'm guessing not one. Nobody thought of it because nobody actually wants it. It's not only a bad look, it is profoundly unethical to gift yourselves this personal and political benefit. For anyone who says this will save money, you guys waste so much money. If there's one thing voters want you to spend money on, it's elections. invest in our democracy. So please send this issue, if it's so popular, to voters for a referendum.
We've got some breaking news to tell you about now. In a controversial move, the city of Miami has canceled the November election, postponing it until 2026.
Yeah, there's been debate on whether or not this move is even legal.
And the controversial vote is with less than 5 months before Election Day, when voters were set to elect a new mayor and new city commissioners.
All in favor?
Aye.
No.
The motion passes 3-2, with Commissioner Carollo and Commissioner Cabela voting no.
Now the term of commissioners and the mayor will be extended by 1 year without voter approval.
And Florida's Attorney General, he's not having any of it, sending this blistering letter to the mayor and commissioners Wednesday, arguing that based on his interpretation of Miami's charter, the county charter, and state constitution, moving the date of elections without a public vote on the issue is unconstitutional.
If you nevertheless move forward with the proposed ordinance, my office reserves the right to consider taking all available actions to prevent this violations of law from occurring.
Not only do I believe that it's illegal, but even if it weren't, it's morally wrong.
Commissioner Joe Carollo is against it, despite getting to hold his seat for another year.
The voters voted for all of us for 4 years, not 5. If they wanted to make a change, they should have brought it up to the voters.